All
Hey,
right.
good morning, Bulldog Nation. By the time you guys see this, it'll be Thursday morning. I can't calculate the date. It doesn't come to my mind right away, so we'll move right on. Got another great interview for you guys. This is with Miss Olivia Andrew. She's one of our rock star teachers. I'm going to let her introduce herself a little bit, and then we've got some talking to do. Miss Andrew, Olivia. So could you kind of introduce yourself to our Vada Nation, Bulldog Nation?
Hey guys, this is Miss Andrew. Some of you call me Olivia. I am the ninth grade integrated English teacher, and I also teach 11th grade English. I'm the head volleyball coach at Arvada as well. So we are missing school a lot, and I'm missing my kids lately. So that's how quarantine's been going for me.
Miss Andrew or Olivia, one of the things that is true is that I'm a little more chronologically challenged than you are. How long? How long have you been teaching?
This is my second year teaching.
Wow, second year teaching.
Yep.
So you, like anybody new to their career, are still kind of figuring things out a little bit, huh?
Oh, yeah. This has been a big adjustment, but I think we were set up pretty well as a school to be able to move into remote learning. My old school, we probably wouldn't have been ready for this. So I'm thankful that Arvada was ready to go with this. It's made my job easier for sure.
Tell me two things. First of all, talk a little bit more about how we were kind of ready for this. And then also, can you talk a little bit about the adjustment for you as a teacher?
So because we changed from uh, a regular curriculum to new tech, we had Echo in place already, and the kids had more than a semester and a half to be able to get familiar with it, see how the grades work, see how to submit things. And um, that was a huge adjustment at the beginning of the year for teachers and students. But that whole semester leading up to this set us up to be able to be ready for it. Um, Being one-to-one is a huge blessing in our district that I've heard a lot from my teacher friends, that kids already having the ability to take their computers home was a huge help. Um, and then I guess the adjustment for me hasn't been so different as far as the planning wise goes. Our team is pretty in sync with how we like to put things up on Echo and make things accessible to kids. But I didn't get into this job for teaching online. My favorite part of my day is seeing my students walk through my doors. And so the biggest adjustment has been not seeing them and having to kind of hold a relationship with kids via Google Hangouts. It's just not the same.
Now, you're doing a little bit of edu-speak, so I'm going to back up just a little. Can you, like, in 5 sentences, tell Bulldog Nation who may not know what Echo is? Are you there?
Echo is a online platform. Yeah, sorry, you were cutting out a little bit too. Um, so Echo is an online platform that is used through New Tech Network. It's an online database for kids to be able to access their classes online, access documents, and teachers interact through it as a grade book, an attendance keeper, and a like daily agenda. Um, so I think it really, being fresh out of college, this is a lot of the kind of stuff that we used in college with the online stuff, and it really is setting up kids to already have the ability to work with online classes and get work turned in, because technology is the way our world is going. And to have kids more familiar with the professional side of how we use technology is huge for us. And Echo does a lot of that um, for the kids and for the teachers, and makes it really accessible to kids. So I think it's a really good platform that has set us apart from a lot of schools.
You also mentioned one-to-one. Could you explain that real quick?
Yeah, one-to-one is, I believe it's a grant from the district that allows every single kid to be able to have their own Chromebook or own computer. They travel from class to class with their computer, and they're able to take it home with them as well. That way they can a lot of their learning is super accessible to them if they don't make it to school, or they have to do work later from home. They have the ability to do that with their own piece of technology. And that's a cool thing that our district does across the board for kids to be able to access learning better.
I'll share my opinion, then get your reaction, although you kind of alluded to it. I really think that network is, or new tech is the direction of education.
Yeah, 100%. We've seen it's been really hard to adjust to it a little bit as far as planning goes. Everything they teach you about being a teacher is like, here's the lesson, here's what you teach kids, here's getting up and talking to kids and teaching them the content. And the best way I heard it put was by one of our assistant principals, that we do not have, it's not sage and script anymore. It's not me standing up at the front of the classroom telling kids information. They have cell phones, they have a computer in their pocket, they can access information way faster than we can. Their phones know more than we do. Our jobs now through new tech is to teach them how to use that responsibly and how to use that for their own research and their own wanting to go out and learn in the world. And I think new tech is definitely the future of that. And so many schools are switching to project-based learning and problem-based learning, where kids have to go out and inquiry everything themselves. And that's our job now as educators, is to teach them how to do that and let them kind of spread their wings and have safe places to be able to do that as well.
Yeah, I think we're on the right track. Let me shift gears and ask you to talk a little bit from your coaching perspective as our volleyball coach. I know you stay in close contact with your athletes. Can you talk a little bit about what this has been like for them?
So luckily I am not a spring sport coach. We're a fall sport. And so it has not impacted me as much, getting seasons canceled or anything like that, as far as the sports side. But we have so many multi-sport athletes in our school, and that's a super special thing in itself. It brings our community together a lot and gets a lot of our coaches working together to support each other in the sports realm. And most of my kids play girls soccer or run track, and being in contact with them, they're just devastated for how this is going, especially my seniors, are having a hard time accepting that this is the reality of things. And they've done it so well and they're champs about it. But um, they, uh, it's going to hurt volleyball wise, because we usually do a futures volleyball program that brings in incoming middle schoolers and kind of feeds them into our program and gets them familiar with it. And we unfortunately aren't going to get to do that this year. And we had some big plans for how the fall was going to look, and how everything was going to be able, like kids were going to be able to figure us out and learn more about the program. And that's been a bummer for me, but going into the summer season, it's a big time to be able to prep, and hopefully we'll get through this faster because of that.
You know, I'm not trying to put a pretty spin on something that's not that pretty right now, because I miss our kids desperately, and our families, and the regular contact, and it's not quite the same doing it virtually and remotely. However, I believe that we have a chance to really celebrate our community when we come back together next August. I'm going to take a value in our community that I have never taken before. I mean, I've always loved Arvada High School. I've been here for like 18 years, but I am going to come back cherishing who we are. So I wonder, Olivia, you
Absolutely.
got a last chance here to speak to Bulldog Nation today. As a teacher, as a coach, and as a person who loves our kids, what would you have to say?
I would have to say, um, stay tough, get on a routine. This is a good opportunity to make yourself a better version of yourself, in spite of everything that's been going on. And that means a good mix of productivity and relaxation. Gather yourself up and don't stress so much about everything. Um, I miss you guys. I miss my kids. I miss being in my classroom. And when we come back in August, this is going to be the reunion of the century. That's for sure. And I'm so excited to get back to work and get back to um, making positive impacts on our community coming from Arvada. I know our kids are capable of it. And this is a good opportunity to be ready to do that when we come back to school. So
I love that. I love that idea of a reunion. I think we should plan a reunion celebration for the whole school community in August. That's wonderful.
yeah,
Hey, Olivia, this is how we always wrap it up. Stay strong, stay calm, stay kind, and no bulldog stands alone.
all in solidarity. Thanks for having me, Matt.
Hey, have a great day.
You as well.
All righty.